Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is just after 8 o'clock in the evening, Friday the 10th of February 2023. It is currently 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity's at 91%. Supposed to be getting rain. Uh, 8 degrees Celsius. So, pull up the radar thing. Uh, I didn't I didn't feel like cooking anything for dinner. I walked around. I looked around through what I've got, and like nothing was striking my fancy. Um, I made up. I guess I could call it a popper sandwich. I don't know. Uh, it didn't have bacon on it because I couldn't find my bacon chips. But basically, just toast with cream cheese spread and jalapeno peppers, sliced pickled peppers. So I had two of those a couple hours ago. So I'm not like it's not like I'm starving, but I kind of want something to eat, and I don't know what. So I'm sitting out here like right now. There's a wing joint. There's Papa John's. There's Larry's Giant Subs. None of those are really striking my fancy. Although Larry's makes pretty decent cheesesteak. Usually, I haven't had much luck with this location. Right now, I am sitting across from um, the airport. It used to be Craig's Field. Now it's LAX or JLEX or something like that. Jack's Jack's Jetport. So yeah, here's the rain we're supposed to be getting sometime sometime here soon. But anyway, thought I would come out and do a drive and figure out what it is I want. I'd had a couple of questions on where's my seatbelt, so I did a short on that, and you can go look at that. Maybe I'll fit it in the end of this, but we'll just go ahead and tell you now. Um, I do wear a seatbelt. I've got my seatbelt on at the moment. You notice it's got tape on it. I can still adjust the cord or adjust it, but it stays down around my lap. Because if I have it up like they want you to wear it, it comes right across my pacemaker. First of all, that is irritating when you're driving, because the pacemaker stands out proud just a little bit. You can see it like a bump size of a deck of cards under my skin. So you can feel it and it rubs on that and it's irritating. And if I ever have an accident, it'll crush the pacemaker and that's it. Lights out. So if I'm going to have an accident, I've got an airbag and I've had numerous accidents before. The shoulder strap isn't going to do a whole lot. More than likely, if I have another accident, it's going to be the last one my neck's going to handle. So that might be lights out anyway. But I do wear the seatbelt. Uh, I just don't wear the shoulder strap. So I hope that answers some questions. There was another question that I wanted to address as well, and I think I addressed the one on cilantro, right? Um, what I say at the end, that's a Gaelic term, Irish Scotch, Irish Scot term. Basically, just means to your health or good health to you. There's various ways to say it, various words you can say before or after it that kind of modify the meaning, but it still remains basically, I wish you good. So, uh, but I think there was another question and I can't remember what it was. If you've asked me a question and I haven't answered it, go ahead and ask again. Put it down in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. So if it's an easy one, I'll just go ahead and answer it right in the comments. If it's more complicated, I'll probably do a answer in the comments plus address it on one of these uh, riding and rambling or parked and palavering um, type videos. So one of the other reasons I came out was I need to stop and get ice. So I'm going to probably head down this way and see what strikes my fancy. I know what's down there. I know I can get a Hardee's or a Wendy's or a McDonald's or a Burger King or Taco Bell. Several places like Chili's or I don't know. Kind of in the back of my head is I want to run over to Little Caesars and grab a pizza. But I don't know. That's kind of been nagging at the back of my head as well. Be a lot of reheated pizza though. That's the problem. I was talking about that in one of my Facebook pages that I go to, um, and I'm sure I've talked about this before. Like, I wish they had more items in small cans. Like, you can get a smaller version of baked beans, or a smaller version of uh, French cut green beans, or small thing of corn. But like, I can't find the small things of spinach, and a big can is too much. But it was also like in a dump recipe, like the cutie over on Dollar Tree dinners did a thing, sort of kind of like my chicken taco uh, fiesta that I was trying to make a goulash, but anyway, she used just like four full size cans of food. There was a can of chili, a can of beans. She used corn. I don't like corn. I put in hominy, and I don't remember what the last can was. But anyway, that's a lot of food. She filled up four decent sized bowls. So for me, that would be four meals, which means that's almost a week's worth of food, at one time, which is not a problem. But I'm going to be eating on that for a week, more or less. And I know people say, "Oh, put it in the freezer." Uh, my freezer is stuffed, so I've only got a small freezer. You know, um, it's not like before when I had two refrigerators running and two freezers going, which I miss that more than I can state. Um, I'm tempted to go ahead and rearrange the kitchen completely and put another refrigerator in. But it's just one of those things. I mean, there's not enough for the single population or your older populations. Like, it used to be, I could open a full size can of beans and eat that whole can for lunch. Drop in you know a can of tuna or um, some ground meat, and be more than satisfied. I can't do that now. I can't eat that much at one time. But I mean, to look at me, you wouldn't think that, you know. But that's the way it is. There was once a time that I could do like my son and sit down and order, you know, 3/4 pounders with cheese and then asked the old miss what did she want. uh, he did that to me one night. We were out doing something or other, and he hadn't had dinner, so we stopped. I think it wasn't McDonald's though. I think it was Wendy's, and he ordered two triples, a large fry, a milkshake, and a Coke. And he turned to me and says, "What do you want, Dad?" Uh, Not that much. Wow. So, but he'll also like we go out to dinner and go to what is the name? What is the name of that place? Um, it always gets stuck in my head. Cracker Barrel. There it is. Um, and other places as well. But he'll order two complete entrees. He'll order like two meatloaves, one with mashed potatoes, one with French fries, or excuse me, two totally different entrees. Like over at Famous Amos, the one time he had their meatloaf entree, and I think it was a chicken entree. I don't remember, but he had a big old pile of food sitting in front of him, and he's a trencherman. He cleans his plates, plural. So, but yeah, back to the main topics. Like, you know, that's what I was looking at today, and looking through. It's like I could make up this dish, but then it's going to take up space in the refrigerator for a week. Yeah, I can modify it a little bit, and instead of making it a bowl of soup, it could turn into oh, excuse me, it could turn into a burrito or something like that. So, but anyway, that's where I was at. Even things that like I enjoy, like opening a can of spam. Can of spam with two slices or so a day, that's going to be a week's worth of food. If I do two sandwiches with four slices, that's going to be way too much sodium for one thing. But it's still going to be at least two meals. I don't have to eat it back to back. I could do, one tonight and do another one on Tuesday and still be good. But I know I'm not the only one with that problem. But a lot of if you've got a partner, it goes, food goes a little bit faster at any rate. You might only get two meals out of something that would give me four. And a lot of that depends also on how hungry am I, or how good was it? Because I have made up stuff like that, put it in the refrigerator, and like 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm hungry again, and that's out there calling my name, go out and pop it in the microwave and have another whole bowl full. So that's especially true when I do a sloppy Joe or a version of my sloppy Joe. It's another thing when I was talking on one of the cooking pages. You can take one thing and make multiple versions of it. You know, if it's if it's ground beef, then you can make sloppy Joe with tomato sauce base. You can make it a manwich base. You can do a brown gravy base. You can do a barbecue sauce base. You can do a North Carolina mustard barbecue base. So that's five things right there from ground beef, and then modify that up with whatever type of bean that you've got available. If you want black beans, or Boston baked beans, or ranch style beans, or if you'd rather put it over tater tots or French fries, or just over biscuits. You can take that one item, and you've got 10 different 10 different variations of it. So beans are kind of the same thing. It's what I was another thing I was talking about just today. She was asking what she could make with a certain type of ranch bean. What can't you make? I mean, it's good as a side for a hamburger or hot dogs or next to a steak, or you could add ground beef or ground turkey, uh, ground pork like a sausage, or do shredded pork or shredded chicken, or you know barbecue shredded beef. Um, take that same can of beans and change it up with what you're adding to it, and you've got 6 different meals, 7 different meals, and then change what you're serving it over. So if you want to do it over pasta or over a biscuit or over tater tots or over a waffle for that matter, it's just you can change it up and change it up and change it up. It's just a matter of I can't even say thinking outside the box, but think about what you like and just going for it, right? And I guess y'all can tell that I'm not like my stomach's not grumbling hungry, but food's on my mind because that's all I've been talking about for the past 10 minutes. Also, I had a comment on how I can take, cucumber and some something and make like 10 different meals out of it. I appreciate the compliment and the thought behind it. And you're not wrong, although a cucumber would be stretching my abilities a little bit. But even that, uh, pickles or the tashiki tashiki sauce, something. Mix it with a little, mix it, shred it, and mix it with some yogurt, and yeah. Anyway, we're running up onto that 20-minute mark, which is going to be longer than I've done in the past couple of days, I think. But well, no, I did 20 something yesterday. Anyhow, let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Launch, y'all.